What is going on, guys? It is Cynnnical, and today for you guys I've got some Kingdom Hearts Unchained key news. We've got a whole load of news, quite some interesting stuff in here. So if you guys don't know, Famitsu has done a full sort of scan once again. Yes, I know Famitsu are hard at work. But yeah, they've done a huge sort of scan of Kingdom Hearts Unchained key. There's a ton of information in here. So strap yourself down for some interesting stuff, and let's get on with it. Alright, so the first bit of information reads, first create your player avatar. Once you create your avatar in the beginning, select the union you want to belong to. It's possible to change it later, but changing unions require jewels in-game currency. So if you guys don't know, when you first create your character in Unchained Key or in Kingdom Hearts Key, basically you get to choose this union. Now, the four tellers, you know, there's a union to each of the four tellers. It's 5 different four tellers, 5 different unions. And in some sort of sense, I suppose you could see the unions as each different factions. You get to choose a different faction. What's interesting here, though, is the fact that you can actually change your union when you want by spending jewels. Now, it says that that's in-game currency. I'm not really too sure if that will be the microtransaction in-game currency or just the in-game currency that you can basically achieve during the game. But what is interesting about this is the fact that you can actually change your union if you have the required amount of jewels. The next bit of information reads, for Keyblade wielders, Daybreak Town is a hub for players. Here you can do Keyblade customizations, confirm your ranking, shop for medals, and party member conversations can be performed. Up to 30 people max, it's possible to join parties and team up to challenge raid bosses. You can form a party that matches your play style. Play frequency, party rules, and so forth. You can recruit members into your party, and you can also look to see which ones you can participate in. So if you guys don't know, Daybreak Town is a world that so far is sort of like exclusive to Kingdom Hearts Key as well as Unchained Key. Serves as the hub world for the game. This is where you're going to be seeing a lot of the players wandering around. This is where a lot of the shops are and stuff like that. A lot of the different sort of interactions are going to be made in Daybreak Town, as it is the main and central hub world. What got me really interested is the fact that the whole forming of parties. Now, party sizes with these multiplayer online games and MMORPGs and stuff, even though Unchained Key and Key aren't really MMOs, but generally with those games, parties go up to sizes of like sort of 40. For instance, I'll use World of Warcraft for example. The max party size that you can sort of have for like a raid group is 40 players. And I was actually very surprised to see that you can actually have up to 30 people max in one party at one time. I think that's freaking awesome, because you know, Unchained Key as well as Key, it's not a big multiplayer game in comparison to those, you know, big MMORPGs out there, say like Guild Wars 2 or Final Fantasy 14 online, or like World of Warcraft. You know, it's not a game like that. So I was very sort of excited to see that you can actually have 30 people max in your parties. Obviously with these parties you can you know, challenge raid bosses and stuff, do sort of quests. It looks really cool, and it gets me really excited. It's going to be a lot of interacting with other players, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. The next part reads, in battle it was previously reported that medals are in sets in the Keyblade in order to fight. The medals have rarities, attributes, cost, ability, default skills, and statuses, and can be leveled through synthesis. And when you put a specific medal, its rarity can be increased. Continue to use and trade your favorite medals. When its rarity increases, its performance also does, and even its appearance can be changed. Medal levels can be increased by synthesizing it with other medals. Money is important for synthesis and evolution. So if you guys don't know, basically the medals in Unchained Key are going to be what you use to sort of perform attacks and special abilities on. It was stated in the last sort of wave of news that basically these medals give us access to a whole range of different abilities. There's going to be a ton of different medals in Unchained Key, which is really cool. These medals sort of generally have like different characters on them, and so each medal is going to be able to perform its own sort of special and unique ability to that specific medal. It's cool to see that you can actually upgrade these medals. I believe we went over that last time in the last Unchained Key news video, but yes, you're going to be able able to level them up. Through leveling them up, the rarity will increase and stuff like that. Attributes, cost, and sort of its status as a metal will all increase, and obviously they will become more powerful over time through the use of leveling them up, and of course synthesis. The next part reads, strengthening the Keyblade can also change its appearance. Materials can be obtained from quest rewards to strengthen the Keyblade. When it reaches a certain level, a medal can be placed in an unlocked slot. So in case you guys don't know, yes, of course, we can now actually level up our Keyblades. This is something that was in Kingdom Hearts Key, so it's only necessary that it makes its way into Unchained Key. But of course, as you level up your Keyblade, the overall appearance actually changes of the Keyblade. This is an aspect that I really want to be implemented in Kingdom Hearts 3, and I love things like this. Something that I can sort of link it to is like Ratchet and Clank. When you use guns in Ratchet and Clank, and as you level them up, the look and the design of that gun changes. So at first, at like level 1, say, you know, it's the basic look of the weapon, but by, for instance, level 10, it looks extremely badass. And what's going to be cool about Unchained Key is, alright, so say for instance, a player has like a Star Seeker. You know, they got the normal sort of looking Star Seeker, but you're going to be seeing players run around with like a badass, huge, like incredible, beautiful looking version of the Star Seeker, and that's how you know that player has a very strong Keyblade. So I really like that aspect of the game, the fact that Keyblades in terms of the appearance are going to actually be changing as you level them up. That way you can know and sort of identify when a player has leveled their Keyblade up to the max level. I think that is absolutely freaking awesome. It should also be noted that as you level up your Keyblade, you unlock more medal slots, and through that you can put more medals and different abilities onto your Keyblade. The next part reads, you can quickly play quests smoothly. In the game, you must continue to clear quests in order to progress. Each quest becomes clear when you defeat a specified enemy. In regards to playing for a short time, I'm glad that I can play it casually. In addition though, there are 3 challenge settings per quest, and you can win rewards for those achievements. This has become a speedrunning element. So the whole idea behind Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key is to progress through the ongoing story on the go, like fast. And that's really one of the big sort of objectives of Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key, and something that Square Enix set out to do. They want the sort of like story of Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key to be sort of progressed at a very kind of fast rate. It is definitely cool to see though that there's going to be different challenge settings for each of the quests. Obviously when you go into Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key, it's not like your traditional Kingdom Hearts game where you choose, you know, like normal, proud, or critical. But the addition of adding in sort of like a difficulty setting is going to be implemented in these quests. So perhaps when you start the quest you can choose different sort of, you know, challenge settings or something like that, or different difficulty settings. And it's clear to see that if you play on the hardest setting, you're going to be getting more rewards and better achievements, which is really, really cool to see. Next up, exhilarating battles with easy controls. Tap to use a simple attack and flick to use a range attack. Powerful abilities come from medals the way they are commanded. In the field, your avatar will move to the position where you touch. Touching an area that glitters near your avatar, you can obtain materials depending on the location. So, obviously Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key is the first Kingdom Hearts game to use strict only touch controls. You know, obviously this time around, Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key is going to be a Kingdom Hearts title that is going to be on our smartphones, which means that yes, it's going to be using touch controls. I mean, you could look at Dream Drop Distance and you could say, well, yeah, Dream Drop Distance used touch controls, but it still had to use the buttons and the circle pad and the bumpers to, of course, control the different elements and gameplay of the actual game itself. This time round, this Kingdom Hearts title is going to be using touch controls only. So it got me sort of a little bit worried. Like, I was like, you know, this is Kingdom Hearts, you know, Key basically put on our smartphones, really. That's really what it is. And it got me sort of wondering, how exactly are they going to do it? But it definitely looks like they've got the controls down. Like, they look like really smooth, quite easy to use. And from this information here and sort of what I've seen of the different trailers and the gameplay so far, it looks like it's fairly simple to sort of operate. You know, you just tap the different, you know, sort of areas where you want your avatar to move. You just simply tap the enemies to do, you know, an attack, or you flick to do a range attack. So I'd say that the control scheme of Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key is going to be pretty straightforward and pretty easy to use. Next up, quests are lined up on the bottom of the screen, and choose the one you want to challenge. Details of the target's attributes and challenge are shown in advance, and you can see if your equipment is suitable for battle. When you clear a quest, you obtain the challenge's rewards. You can also earn a title. So this is sort of interesting. Obviously, when you go to sort of see, you know, what quest you want to do, it tells you the details about the quest, what you're having to do, what you're having to battle. You also have to see sort of the requirements to see whether or not your gear is going to be suitable for that battle or that quest or that challenge, which I think is pretty cool. It's also nice to see that they've got titles in the game. This is something that is also implemented in these sort of online RPG games or MMORPGs, where you do sort of different achievements, or you do different challenges, or a set number of certain different things, or like an objective, and you earn titles. So it's cool to see that titles are something that are going to be in Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key. And the last part reads, a raid boss suddenly appears and it interferes with the quest progression until it disappears under a certain time. It's not possible to exploit the quest. There are benefits for defeating it, have strong party members to take it down. So the whole sort of aspect of raid bosses gets me really excited because of the fact that Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key as well as Key, they're not real MMORPGs. And I love how Square Enix is sort of implementing all these different sort of aspects and features that a huge MMORPG game would actually include in the game and sort of implement it in this Kingdom Hearts title, because personally I do play a lot of MMORPGs. I played a ton of them in my time, and they're some of the most addicting games you'll probably ever play, well, for me personally, right? So it's these different aspects that I'm really excited for. It's clear to see though that you'll probably need a multitude of people, you know, you'll need a party, a big party to take down these raid bosses, but the benefits of doing so will be pretty rewarding. I'd say that each different boss will have a different sort of drop list, and then in that drop list there's probably like a ton of different gear that the boss drops, different items, different medals that have different rarities and stuff like that. So it definitely will be important to take down these raid bosses if you have a party to do so. Otherwise guys, I've been Cynnnical. Hopefully you've enjoyed today's video. With all this news coming out about Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key, it does get me sort of more excited for the game. The game is actually launching in Japan in September, which is only next month, so hopefully we don't have to wait too much longer, because I'm actually very excited for this title. I think it's going to be a pretty good one. I'm quite interested in it, and I can't wait to play it myself. Otherwise guys, hopefully you've enjoyed the news today. I've been Cynnnical, and until next time guys, I'll catch you later. Peace.